Techtober is back, and we are seeing quite a lot of smartphones being launched. Redmi Note 8 Pro, Pixel 4, Nokia 7.2, all of them have competitors and no smartphone is going to be an easy pick. It's like every time a brand drops a phone, it's like dropping a bomb, it's gonna start a war. And I'm sure a lot of people are finding it hard to choose between two phones or three phones, whatever. In the recent full comparison video I posted, many of you in the comment section sounded very confused. A lot of you guys did not know what exactly to look for and how to evaluate things and decide which phone to buy. So this video will not solve the problem completely, but let's see. I think it will be moderately helpful. Well, you let me know at the end of the video. Let's now get started. Number one, set your budget. This might sound obvious, but it's not. Set your budget with everything in mind, not just the phone, but the accessories too. Case, tempered glass, earphones, Bluetooth earphones, whatever. And it will vary from phone to phone. For example, if you're getting the ROG Phone 2, you can use your existing earphones. But if you're going for the OnePlus 7T, since it doesn't have a headphone jack, you might have to buy a new pair of Type-C earphones for around 1,500 rupees or a Type-C adapter for around 400 rupees. That is if you're interested in wired earphones. If you're getting a Realme phone, you don't need to get a case because the included case is amazing. Realme makes the best phone cases. Hey Realme, if you're watching this, please start making cases for other phones as well and sell them for like 100 rupees. Thank you in advance. And if you want a tempered glass, easy. Just get one from our sponsor, Glazed Ink. They have a variety of tempered glasses for phones starting from 350 rupees and going up till around 800 rupees for the most premium UV tempered glass, or the curved tempered glasses for phones like the OnePlus 7T Pro, Note 10 and so on. Link in the description, check it out if you're interested. There is a 10% discount code as well. So that's point number one, set your budget with all the accessories in mind. Number two, watch comparison videos on YouTube. I swear I'm not promoting tech YouTubers like myself. Watching comparison videos is actually your only shot at knowing to an extent how the phones perform. Many YouTubers generally show everything. They show you PUBG gameplay side by side, so you get to see if there is any lag on one of the phones. They show you side by side comparison of pictures and videos. Some of them do tend to manipulate you through commentary. Not necessarily manipulate, but sometimes they tend to be a little biased based on their tastes. Say they like oversaturated colors, blown out colors, they're gonna speak positively about those photos. They might end up saying photos from phone A look better, while actually photos from phone B look better. And our minds generally tend to follow the commentary, so automatically we look at the positive things about phone A and negative things about phone B. I mean, that's how Sanjay Manjrekar has 3.2 million fans or followers, because they followed his commentary. So there is this super cool special tool to avoid that kind of manipulation and bias. Mute button. If you don't trust the YouTuber, if you feel something's not right about the commentary, just mute, rewind, and watch the camera comparison part again from the beginning. The pictures are right in front of you. Have a look at them yourself. End of the day, what matters is what looks better to you, not what looks better to the YouTuber. Number three, how to actually pick one phone over the other. Now, there are so many things to talk about phones in a comparison. It's just not possible to, as a viewer, to follow everything. Even I write down everything, either as points or the whole script will be running in front of me to read. Geeky Ranjit refers to his notes while reading reviews because it's not possible to remember every single thing that should be mentioned. And the same thing goes to viewers. After watching a comparison that's like 10 or 15 minutes, it's not easy to remember every single thing. You tend to just go with the flow. If the YouTuber talks about some positive things, then some negative things, and ends the video with some positive stuff, then it's gonna leave a positive impression at the end, or vice versa. Usually in my comparisons, I talk about everything in detail and then display the list of features and how each phone performs with respect to those features. After looking at this, if you have doubts about any feature, you could rewind to that part and watch again for clarity. So, because I show this table, should you only watch my comparisons? Absolutely not. What I'm trying to say is go watch your favorite YouTubers' comparisons, but if you don't get a clear summary like this, make sure you write it down yourself. So after they complete each topic, note it down in a notepad file or something. It doesn't take too much effort. So in the end, it will be relatively easy for you to pick one device depending on which features are important to you. Now that brings us to point number 5. It doesn't matter which phone is better. What matters is which one is good for you. I saw this comment yesterday. He wants me to say, if I were him, which phone would I choose? But in reality, I'm not him and he's not me. Okay, I'll tell you about myself. I personally want great cameras on my phone. So I don't mind if the performance is not the best. For example, I would choose the K20 over the K20 Pro because the K20 has the same triple camera setup and the K20 Snapdragon 730 is good enough for my usage. Or Pixel 3a, it has the Pixel 3's back camera, the best flagship camera for around 35,000 rupees. But I can't ask you guys to get the Pixel 3a just because I would get it. We all know people hated its price. So something that's great for me might be terrible for you. That's why I avoid talking about my personal choices. Otherwise, some people tend to think, okay, he's an expert, so if he's getting that phone, we should also get that phone. But no, it doesn't work that way. Number 6, don't decide based on minor differences. So what features of a phone would you consider important? Speed, cameras, battery life, display, right? And these would be the less important features, right? Now, it's alright to compare the important features. This has an ultra-wide camera and the other phone doesn't. Well, that's a big difference. But I've seen people watching speed tests of two phones with the same chip and be like, this phone opens apps like 1 second faster, so I'm gonna get it. Well, don't do that. Instead of deciding based on such minor, insignificant differences, look at the other stuff. The other phone might have a great loudspeaker, it might have a dedicated micro SD slot or a headphone jack. So right now I'm using the OnePlus 70. Before this I was using the ROG Phone 2. Now technically the 70 would perform slightly better in a speed test. Better optimization for opening apps and whatnot. But after switching from the ROG 2 to this one, it's not like I'm able to notice the difference. I don't feel like, wow, this is faster. But the fact that the speaker is bottom firing is kinda annoying. Often while gaming, my finger tends to cover the speaker grill and the audio is also not as loud as the other phone. So the point is, think about which features will actually provide a better experience. If it's Snapdragon 712 versus 855, then you can think about performance. But when it's 855 plus versus 855 plus, or even 855 versus 855 plus, we shouldn't be that fuzzy, especially when there are other features that perform quite differently on both phones. Number 7. This is a general advice. Like, we all have 2 or 3 phones in mind. What we all tend to do is ignore previous generation phones. Well, most phones do get outdated in less than a year thanks to the crazy amount of phones brands are launching these days. But what if brands reduce the price of previous gen phones? In that case, it's worth considering them. The Redmi Note 8 Pro is here. The Galaxy M30s and the Realme XT are the main competitors. But if something like the POCO F1 is available at 15 or 16K during sale, why shouldn't we consider it? I'm not saying it's better in all aspects, but in some aspects it's better, right? It's probably the best gaming smartphone under 15,000. So yeah, I'm not saying blindly go for it, but at least consider it. Don't forget its existence. Don't ignore it just because it's a previous gen phone. The Asus Max Pro M1 is another such phone. Number 8. Don't be lazy. Get up, go to a nearby offline store and have a look at the phones. YouTubers generally say this phone feels premium in hand, this phone is good for single-handed usage. Well, they might be strong people. I know a lot of people who vlog with huge DSLRs in their hands. So how will they ever say a smartphone feels heavy in hand? And this good friend of mine has very sweaty palms, so obviously most of the phones will be slippery according to him. So if those things are important to you, you have to go to the store and see them for yourself. The looks, the build, whether those curvy sides help with comfort, whether it's slippery or not, etc. So That's it. I really hope you found this video useful. I genuinely want you guys to be making the right decisions for yourselves. It's not difficult, it's all about figuring out what phone works the best for your usage. And by spending a little bit of time and effort, you will definitely end up with a great phone. If you have any doubts, feel very free to post in the comment section. Let's discuss further. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye. But what if brands reduce the price of